The Google Gang Podcast.
Well, we were in the butcher's, and I thought I hadn't touched her, but apparently it was quite obvious, and she put a complaint in, and now I've been banned, so that's the way. Yeah.
Do you go to the butcher's quite often?
I used to. I used to have. Oh, I only have fresh meat. You see, fresh. But now I have to go to bloody Asda, and it's not the same. It's not. And the women are ugly. So I'd rather go back to the lovely, friendly butcher. If you're listening, Mr. Butcher, let me back in your shop, and I promise I won't touch anyone.
How do you go in supermarkets? Like, how do you control yourself? Because I feel like you get a lot
How
of
do I
urges.
control myself?
Yeah, don't you get like a lot of urges just to like grab things and like...
Well, I'm normally pissed, so people can outwit me quite easily. Yeah. I don't tend to leave the house now unless I'm fucking steaming.
So you get drunk at home?
Oh, well, you got to, haven't you? How do you start your day,
I have like an avocado and some eggs.
You fucking gay lord.
Look, we've got Mr. Badger here, everybody. He's finally managed to make it. Did you come here on the bus?
No, I've driven today. I've been sober just for you.
Really?
So, yeah.
Do you want a beer?
No, I'm alright. I've got to drive back, and I need my car now because there's not many gigs in the local area now, so I'm driving to a lot of them, which is a bit sad, really. So the drinking's taken a bit of a back seat. Well, I do normally drink in the back seat, so yeah.
So,
and other things.
So, Mr. Badger, I wanted to ask you, because alcoholism is almost like a hobby for you. It's something that's,
What's alcoholism?
Drinking in the morning?
No, it's having fun. It's being a rock and roll party legend. Mr. Badger, party legend. Yeah.
So, how old are you?
I'm 62.
Right. And have you ever
1958.
Have you ever considered not drinking?
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't drink much, if I'm honest with you. I waited till I was about 12, and then I'd go down to the pub with me mother, and we'd have a few sherries, and then I'd maybe move on to some brandy. And by the end of the night, we're carrying each other home, and it was lovely. But since then, I've taken it mainly for medicinal purposes, every morning, evening, and night.
Right. And have you thought about going into a program? Because there's like 12-step programs.
Like Blue Peter. That's a program.
I didn't actually know what Blue Peter was until I went to Media City and I went to see the Blue Peter Garden.
Oh, it's a lovely it's where I got my first big break, Blue Peter.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, I came on, I was entertaining. I say entertaining, I made some kids cry. So I came on, and I did a little bit of magic for them, but I didn't, the head come off the rabbit, you see, so they cut it out. But a man called Rudy, a lovely Jewish fella he was my agent. He saw me, he's like, I can see potential in you. He goes, I'm going to make you a Hollywood star.
Yeah.
He was a bit simple, because I never ended up in Hollywood. But yeah, so I was on Blue Peter doing a bit of magic. Rudy spots me, and that's it. Next thing you know, I'm a fucking celebrity. So, yeah.
And it's been upwards ever since.
I wouldn't say that. No, I live in a caravan with my mother now, so it's not going well.
Right. What's it like living with your mum? Have you ever considered moving out?
I can't afford to. I did have a wife and had a house and everything, but I've got erectile dysfunction, so she left me for the dentist. I came home and I caught him violently sodomizing her on my sofa. So, yeah, the only place that would have me was me mother, because it's free. It's your mother. She's got to look after you.
Yeah.
And my father, I don't know my father. I think he's Filipino. I've no idea.
Right.
So I moved back in with my mother, and the only way I can describe it is I've never ever in my life thought that an 84-year-old woman could masturbate so much.
Is your mother also a badger?
No, I'm not a badger, you fucking idiot. I'm a man. I'm not real. This is all the name's real. The name is Mr. Badger.
Right, but you're not a badger.
No!
Have you ever seen a real life badger?
I've made love to many a badger. So, yeah.
So you've got... Fucking hell. I'm just caught up on the violently sodomizing by the dentist. That's really rocked me around.
In fairness, she seemed to enjoy it. So, you know.
Right, as long as she's happy.
Well, she spent enough years miserable, so I think she deserves a bit of happiness, doesn't she? I used to shove a Twix up her. Well, I couldn't get it up, you see, so I'd just put them in the freezer for about a couple of hours and wham one of them up her. And then you get a nice snack afterwards as well, so yeah.
That's seafood flavoured Twix.
Yeah. Talking of snacks, where's my fucking Findus crispy pancakes you promised me?
But to be honest with you, I don't even know what they are.
You lying fucker.
I know. I do apologise, and I'm so glad that you've come because I feel like it's such a long way for you to come.
It is a bloody long... And they say staying sober, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Many people would say you're doing me a favour, but the problem is the memories come back, so I'd rather be drunk, if you know what I mean.
So what do you do? What does Mr. Badger fill his days with besides drinking?
I eat a lot of corned beef.
Okay.
I like bacon as well. Bacon's lovely. Mackerel. Mackerel's tasty.
Yeah.
And I have the odd McDonald's. And then I cry and masturbate quite a bit.
Right.
So mainly eating and wanking.
You don't have a job?
No.
Have you ever had a job?
Well, you see, the thing is, not many people want to employ somebody who has to dress as a badger.
Right.
'Cause I don't know if you know, if you can look at my arms, I've got horrific 4th degree burns. So, I fell in a vat of acid when I was a young boy. I say fell, my father pushed me. So,
I thought you didn't know your father.
I don't. He ran off I think I was about 2, so yeah, I don't know him.
So, when you were 2, your dad pushed you in a vat of acid. Why did he have a vat of acid?
He made batteries. Ad hoc.
So you would be like, your mum would be like, you know, Trevor, the remote's out of batteries, and he'd go to the shed and just knock one up.
Who's Trevor?
Well, that's what I imagine your father's name is.
I think it was Malai.
Malai.
Yeah, I remember my mum saying, Malai! And then saying something indecipherable, because I think she knew whatever fucking language he spoke.
Right.
So yeah, so she'd scream it. It wasn't a marriage of love. I think it was for a green card, if you know what I mean. So,
right, okay.
Yeah, but he used to he was the sole learner in the family, because my mother was registered disabled, but like she wasn't, she was just lazy. So he was the sole learner, so to be fair to him, he used to go out and he'd get bits of scrap and he'd build batteries from nothing, you know, and it was from him that I learned it was all from what my mother told me. I got my work ethic to, you know, proper, give 100% as often as you feel like you should. That's the, yeah.
But then you've never had a job?
No, working's for suckers, isn't it? I mean, I didn't do anything when I left school. Okay, I left school at 14. And I had the odd little job, like, you know, wiping old people's arses and that. And I thought, I can't do this. And again, the man in a badger suit wiping their arse, it tended to scare him and bring on the dementia.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get work. And then I think it was 1977. I'd been 21 years old. And I got a job as an entertainer, which eventually made sense of the badger outfit.
Yeah.
And so I'd go round, I'd entertain some kids. I didn't really know any magic back then, and I couldn't play a guitar, and I didn't do balloon animals. So it was mainly just I pretended to be a badger for children.
Right.
And after a year of doing that, I ended up on Blue Peter, get me big break. Eventually, I think I was on TVAM, which is an old show. And I was on that, and that's where I met Jimmy Savile and people like that. And
isn't Jimmy Savile get in trouble for touching kids?
Well, I didn't know this at the time. I thought they were all just good friends with the children. He'd always have kids around his house, but who doesn't? You know, I try and invite kids in as often as possible.
Yeah.
But I'm lonely.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a job, and then the entertainment business just fell in my lap, and it's all I've ever known, if I'm honest with you.
So what was school like? I imagine the other kids at school growing up were probably quite,
Yeah, it was fucking horrific because I had to wear the badger uniform because it protected me
Did you
from
put your
the
school
sun.
uniform like over the badger outfit?
No, it wouldn't fit, so I just had to be a badger who wore a hat with the school logo emblazoned on it. And,
Right.
Yeah, and to be fair, when your name is Mr. Badger, there's not much else you can dress up as. So. Yeah, the teachers, they weren't very kind either, because I don't know if you know, I'm mentally insane. So when I was at school, they teased me and they'd poke me until I stabbed them, and then they'd stop. That was So school wasn't a very nice time for me, if I'm honest with you. You're making me sad.
Didn't you? I don't want to make you sad, but didn't you have a teacher that actually went to prison and got stabbed to death?
Oh, Mr. Thomas, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Thomas.
What happened there? Because you told a story semi on the last podcast, but I feel like there's more details that we missed.
So basically, when I was at school, I made a very special. I struggled with friends, if I'm honest, and I made a very special friend in Mr. Thomas, who used to look after me. He'd make sure that the kids didn't tease me. He'd tell me how pretty I was, and I'd go around his house, and we'd have special cuddles. And he made me feel like a proper little boy, if I'm honest. And then, he talked about getting into a relationship, and I'd never been.
You?
Yes.
Oh, right.
And I'd never been in a relationship before, so I thought, well, he's the first person who showed me any fucking common decency. So I let him inside me.
Right.
Yeah. And basically, people found out. They accused him of being a paedophile, which he was not.
Right.
I was 9.
He was just a special friend.
Yeah. Well, the legal age, what you've got to understand, the legal age back when I was a kid was 9 years old.
Right.
So he waited till I was 9 before he made his move.
That's good.
Yeah, and that was it basically. So we were boyfriend for quite a long period of time. I'd say at least 4 months.
Okay.
But then my mother found out. She told the police. He went to prison, and then they stabbed him to death.
So the other prisoners.
The other inmates, yes. I never saw Mr. Thomas again.
Did you ever go and visit him in prison?
I wasn't allowed. We were banned from seeing each other, and it really affected me as a child. It's why I ended up straight. I was scared straight.
So have you had any relationships since Mr. Thomas?
Well, obviously my wife. I was with my wife for 30 years, well, give or take. But other than that, no, I've taken to fornicating with badgers.
Right.
They don't judge.
No, they don't. They're very compassionate.
Well, there's not a word I'd use. They're frisky.
They're
Frisky. They give it me like I want it. And to be fair, I say I've got a flaccid penis now, so it has to be the other way round. They have to enter me. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Oh my god. This is the best and most difficult podcast I've ever had to do because.
What is a pod? Can you explain a podcast to me?
So a podcast, like radio? Have you heard of radio?
Yeah, you fucking stopped me winning a car, you bastard!
Did you end up getting through to Rock FM?
No, they fucking rang me and said, oh, well done, all you've got to do is say this phrase, we'll be ringing in the next 10 minutes, and then you fucking ring me, and I lose my bloody Ford Focus C-Max, you twat, and now you haven't even got me any pancakes. I'm disgusted.
I do apologise, Mr. Badger, you've come all this way.
I feel like it's not a genuine apology.
Do you want some peanuts?
No.
What do you eat? Like corned beef, bacon? Is that
Corned beef, bacon, strong fish, I like bran flakes, they're nice.
bran flakes?
Yeah, and I just drink milk.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm lactose intolerant, but I just like the taste.
So how does that work? Being lactose intolerant and drinking milk? Like, do you come out in a rash, or do you get violently
shit
ill?
yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
But I wear a nappy, so it's fine.
Right. That probably makes it easier though when people are trying to enter you if your bowels are nice and clear.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And not only that, my bumhole's slack now, so
Right.
you can get anything up there.
It just literally just falls out of
Oh
you.
yeah.
My bumhole's slack. Fucking hell. So, can you tell me about was obviously you're entertaining children, and that's been your passion in life. And that's
I
something
love
that you're
children
very good
in
at.
many ways.
How did you learn like all the tricks and all the like things you do on stage? Like, did you just like literally sit in the caravan and come up with these ideas?
Yeah, well, no, but I never used to live in a caravan. Well, in my youth, I was a very, very virile man, and I had many women that would avoid me. So, but I'd have my own flat. And I would sit there and I would study old magic books, and I couldn't do any of the tricks, so I'd invent ones that I could do, mainly just sleight of hand. But I don't know if you've noticed, badgers are not very good at sleight of hand, which makes my performance all the more realistic.
Right. So just to get it straight, right? You are a man dressed as a badger called Mr. Badger.
Yes.
Okay, you're not an actual badger, because I was very confused about your identity for a while.
No, I've never seen a 5'5" talking badger.
No, neither have I. That's why it's quite a unique privilege to have you here.
Yeah, no, I'm not from Narnia or anything. I'm an actual man, but it just so happens I was born Mr. Badger. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's good. And the relationship that you have with your mother, is it a good relationship?
I like my mother. I came out of her fanny. Other than that, I think she's a horrific pig and should die.
Right. And is she going to leave you anything in her will?
She's got nothing but a collection of fucking dildos.
Right.
The caravan's a shithole. The roof falls off. It's shit.
Right. But you can't afford to live anywhere else.
That's literally, it's the caravan or my car. And my car is, it's a disgrace.
Right.
The back seat, no.
What type of car do you drive?
At the moment, it's a Punto.
A Fiat
Punto.
Right, okay. That's good. But you wanted a Ford Focus.
My eyes are on a Ford Focus S-Max with leather trim.
Yeah.
But they're very expensive.
Right.
So I can't go higher than £200 at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you well paid with this children's entertainment?
Ah, my fuck. Fucking hell. No, I used to be. I said when I was on telly, I was raking it in. I was making massive money. But
what did you do with all the money?
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other assorted drugs. So I blew it all, literally. I gave a lot to friends, and well, you say friends, they're not your friends. They don't like you. So as soon as the money was gone and the Operation U-Tree verdict, I was innocent, but because there's no smoke without fire and all that, so I couldn't get work anymore. Yes.
What was Operation U-Tree?
It was part of the Jimmy Savile saga. So where all the 70s and 80s DJs and celebrities, they got found out that they were basically having too much fun with the children.
Right.
Yeah. And I've never done anything like that.
The children weren't just smiling and laughing.
No. Like, to be fair, I'm naive. I don't know the ways of the world. I just thought they were having lovely little times in Jimmy's bedroom, and he was teaching them how to sing. That's what I used to think, because that's what I was told.
Yeah.
I say good friend, he used to be, Dave Lee Travis. Everybody says he's innocent. I've seen him raping kids.
Yes.
I have. Dirty bastard. Dirty.
So I know that you do quite a bit of work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
On and off. Yeah, if something better comes up, then I fuck it off, basically. Yeah.
But what have you had any like interesting experience? Any like really like meaningful connections where kids are really happy to see?
One of the funniest things I've ever done. I remember I was doing this gig, and I was asking this lad to basically. I said, "Get in me disappearing booth, mate," and put him in me booth. And I told him, "What you do is there's a secret exit round the back. Just come out the back." Anyway. About half an hour goes by, I open the door, and he fucking falls out dead, doesn't he? He'd only died in the fucking booth. It was fucking hilarious.
Was it a child or a man?
A child, yes.
Oh, right.
Well, it was his birthday.
Right. Was he one of the Make-A-Wish kids?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And his wish was to disappear, and he did.
Well, no, his wish was just to see Mr. Badger perform some magic. He actually struggled to get out of his wheelchair.
Right.
But I made sure that I want him to be involved. So they do reckon that perhaps me mauling him out of his chair was perhaps what tipped him over the edge.
Right.
But, he had
If he was in a
severe
wheelchair-
spina bifida along with other problems.
If he was in a wheelchair, though, how was he going to get out the secret door?
Yeah. That's probably why he didn't exit, didn't he?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Say la vie!
So, Mr. Badger, you've obviously had a long life, 62 years old. You've seen a lot
62
of
years young.
Right. If you say so. You do look good for your age, I think.
Yes.
Throughout the journey, if you could go back and you could change anything, would you?
No!
No?
No, I've loved every single second of my career so far. Yeah.
And are you, at the moment, obviously, as you said, the children's entertaining it's keeping you afloat. It's keeping the head above water.
It's petering off, if I'm honest. Ever since the court orders come in, it's getting harder and harder to find work. So
Yeah.
I'm having a resurgence, but on the stand-up comedy scene at the moment. Because for some reason, people think that I'm a fucking joke. But I figured, well, might as well get paid for it then.
And how do gigs go for you when you rock up? Because you're not the traditional, act that people would expect to see at these nights.
If I'm honest with you, it's fucking annoying. Because I'm just there to entertain. I'm not there to make you fucking laugh.
Yeah.
And if you're laughing at me, it's a fucking insult.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're going to give me money, you can laugh as much as you want.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Do you feel like you're just being yourself on stage and
well, who else should you be?
Well, like some comedians, like obviously I do a little bit of comedy here and there.
Do you?
Yeah.
Tell me a joke.
Oh, that's like the worst
You're
thing.
shit.
Right, well I will tell you a joke, alright?
Make me laugh.
I don't think I can. You seem very hard to please.
Yeah.
Women only call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. And then they call me ugly and poor. Complete silence. Mr. Badger, you're a very hard man to please. He is laughing, but it's silent laughing.
Is this a laugh?
No, his body's vibrating though.
That's the love eggs.
That's the fuck's sake. So, Mr. Badger, are you gunning for corporate sponsorship?
Oh no, I've learned to just give up on the fame game now. Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Well, I've done gigs for quite a few companies, and my biggest mistake was I signed into a 5-year deal with Nestle. And I thought it was £50,000, but it wasn't. It was 50,000 Milky Bars a year.
Right.
So yeah, I got very fat and diabetic, and I'm very poor.
Right.
So from now on, any corporates listening, suck my fucking badger dick.
Fuck's sake. So, how do you go about getting gigs? Because it's obviously important. I know you're on Facebook. People
I'm on the Facebook.
And you're on Plenty of Fish.
I'm on Is that what it's called? Is it Plenty of Fish?
The dating app that you're on.
Yeah, I thought it was called I've Got Fish.
Oh no! Have you ever gone and met up with anyone from Plenty of Fish?
No one will meet me.
Why not?
I don't know. I've tried my hardest. I've done what it says. The house is full of fish.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You've got plenty of fish.
I've got fucking tons of it. It stinks. But it's either the caravan being full of fish or it's me mother's fanny.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So how do you go with email and Facebook messaging?
What's email?
Like Facebook when you send someone a message.
Oh, when they do the writing on the thing. Yeah.
Because I've noticed in my brief conversations that I've had with you trying to organise this day, your understanding of a computer keyboard isn't amazing. Typing
the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see buttons.
Right, but you're not very good at using them.
How do you? Oh, they're pressing them and the words. No, I can do words.
Did you ever learn spelling at school?
No.
What was your favourite subject at school?
I don't know really. I didn't really pay much attention. I used to like sewing and all that, because then I could maintain my badger outfit. But other than that, I used to just like break times and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't really.
There was no classes that you looked forward to?
No.
And did you have apart from your teacher, Mr. Thompson?
Oh, lovely Mr. Thompson.
Did you have any other kids your age, friends at school?
No.
No, not really.
Yeah.
That's a bit rough. So on break time, what would you do?
Cry.
Cry. And in class, would you cry as well?
Yeah.
Oh, way to bring the mood down, Mr. Badger.
You're the one answering the fucking questions, isn't you?
I've taken us down a dark road. Let's change pace, Mr. Badger. I feel like you would love a theme park.
Oh my! I'd love a theme park.
Have you been?
What's a theme park?
Okay, roller coasters.
What?
Fuck, it's so hard to explain a theme park. Like a place where you go and there's like rides that you can sit in and it goes around a track and it's like a thrill. Do you know what Alton Towers is?
Oh, like when the pikeys come and they have the little dodgems and whatnot.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to like a fair, a county fair?
Oh, I like fairs, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I go to them, the tombolas and the bearded lady and everything.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And have you ever performed at a fair?
Yes, I was part of a travelling circus for many, many years.
Really? How did you become a part of the circus? Because there's that phrase like, oh, he ran away to the circus. But like, do you just rock up and be like, I want to be in the circus?
Well, I didn't have many options, to be fair, because I was banned from working with kids.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed on the telly. I didn't know about stand-up comedy back then, so the only place available was the circus, where they used to make me take my badger outfit off, and I'd just be called Captain Melty, because they'd just look at me weird skin.
That's from the acid burns.
Yes.
Right. So, have you ever thought about trying to get the acid burns like grafted? Like, do you know what a skin graft is?
She was a tennis player.
No. Fucking hell. Like, where they take... Is there any part of your body that is not burned?
No. I think the soles of my feet, because I was standing still when he dipped the acid over my head.
Right, so you just poured it over the top of it?
Yeah.
Right.
To be fair, I shouldn't have spoken back to him.
Right.
You learn these things.
So you were in the wrong?
Yes.
And have you ever spoken back to someone since?
No. I'm very, I don't know if you noticed, I'm very polite and very mild-mannered.
So how do you go? Because obviously at stand-up comedy gigs, usually you're on the bill and people expect you to be there, and they come and they see Mr. Badger,
yes,
and they're like, boom, there he is. How do you go, like, in the general public when you're driving your car or you're out at the supermarket? What is the general public's reaction?
If I'm somewhere new, I do get looks, I'll be honest. I was in McDonald's recently and some fucker filmed it for a laugh, and
Right.
There's a lot of people pointing and staring. But in my local hometown, I'm very well known. You know, they know Mr. Badger. It's the man who dresses as a badger. And everybody's fine with me. Well, most of the people are fine with me. So, yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem anymore.
Right. Mr. Badger, do you know how to fight? Have you ever been involved in a fist fight?
Oh, I love fighting. Yeah.
When was the last fight you had?
Oh, Thursday.
Right. And who, was it with your mother or with someone else?
No, it was some old lady in the pub.
Right. And what happened?
Well, she butted in front of me, so I fucking glassed her.
Right. And did you get kicked out, or because you're a local hero there?
I know Nigel very well. They just hid the body and
right.
It was all fine.
She died?
Well, we're guessing.
Fucking hell. Right, Mr. Badger, we've almost come to the end. We've done a half hour.
Oh, beautiful.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It
I really appreciate you coming. Where can people see you, or if people want to book you?
Well, if people want to book me, they can go to my the Facebook thing, which is Mr. Badger. I've got my own page. You'll see me having a alfresco barbecue in my back garden
with a lot of spirits.
Yeah, well, you call it a lot. Yeah. So we got that. Or you can just normally find me on Plenty of Fish. You know, so if you want a date, we'll go on a date and then we'll talk business. Okay. You know, I do have some gigs coming up. I'll just have a quick check for you now in my file of facts. Hang on. So we've got. When's your podcast? When's it going out for the boys and girls?
Should be out in about two weeks.
Ah, okay, right. So if I go,
I can release it earlier though if you've got earlier gigs.
I've got a very nice gig at Shoecake Comedy in Stockton near Middlesbrough.
Right.
So I've got that on Thursday, the 2nd of August.
Right.
What else have we got? I'm performing at Hot Water in Liverpool, and that's on August the 6th.
Have you been there before?
I've been there a few times, yes.
I love Hot Water.
They love me there for some reason.
I know.
Yeah.
They even talked about you. I said that I was having you on the show, and they were like, "We fucking love Mr. Badger."
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like, "Isn't he great?"
There's not many people that do like me, so it's nice to be nice, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah. I'm actually up. Now, bearing in mind, I am a new comedian, as it were. I've been in the industry for a long time. I am part of the Cat's Meow, which is on August the 12th.
Is that Cheshire Cat Comedy?
That's Cheshire Cat Comedy.
With Barry Heap.
Barry Heap, lovely. I love Barry.
Barry's a lovely man.
Barry's one of my best friends. I like Barry very, very much.
Have you ever been on the piss with Barry?
Yeah, but I don't.
Can't talk about it?
No.
Where did you hide the body?
Well, it's not the body, it's where he hid something else. That's, yeah. And then, of course, I'm doing some little stints across the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, so
okay.
At the moment, none of them are planned.
Right. Are you just going to go up and see what's on offer? Are you just going to go up and see what's on offer?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm mainly going for the pussy, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, none of them can do anything with it.
Have you ever managed to get a lovely young lady or gentleman out of the audience that loves you, like from what they've seen on stage, and wants to go home with you?
Yes, I have actually. Yes, there's a lovely young. I think it's a gentleman. It is a very ugly lady if it is. So there's a lovely young gentleman at the moment who would like to spend a bit of time with me, and I think that's lovely. But she's yet to learn about the situation with the caravan and the mother and the ex-wife, and who knows? Keep your options open. Keep positive. That's my fucking attitude.
Beautiful. Well, we will end it on that, Mr. Badger.
Could I add one last one?
Absolutely.
There's a lovely, lovely promoter in the Northwest called Rob Riley.
Yes.
Have you met Rob?
No, I've never met Rob.
Very, very, very lovely man. And a comedian called Brendan Burns suggested that I get in touch with Rob, and he's giving me a pretty big opportunity on the 26th of August in Saddleworth, Manchester.
Like Saddleworth Moor, where the fires were?
Yes. So I'm going to be doing a gig for him there.
Before we go, because I noticed that you've bought your guitar.
I have bought my guitar.
You've had it round your neck this entire time, and I feel like an absolute dickhead for not asking you to sing earlier.
That's fine.
So can you sing us out with any song you like? An original, a cover, whatever you want.
I lost my virginity when I was 9. It was okay, I shouldn't really grumble. My teacher said that I couldn't tell a soul, but he was my only friend. When my mum found out, she called the police. It all kicked off and they arrested my boyfriend. We never wore a condom and now I've got a cough. I hope I haven't got AIDS. Oh, here comes the sad part. Oh, here comes the sad part. Well, we never saw Mr. Thomas again. Rumour has it he died in prison. The other guys found out what he did to kids, so they stabbed him in the neck with shivs. I don't know how to say it, so I'll come right out. I made it all up. Whoops. I guess I wrote this song to tell his family that I'm partially to blame for his death. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Beautiful, Mr. Badger, everybody. Sorry, Mr. Thomas.